Hey, expert investors. First, check out my cool shirt. Cash flow is king. I can't find any shirts I like anymore, so I had some custom made. Makes me happy. I don't know why. But I'm standing in my basement here, and I decided to make a video because I was inspired about our next masterclass. We're going to be talking about in my opinion, the most untapped opportunity in real estate in Ontario right now. Okay, and that is small scale land developments. What do I mean by that? Infill developments, knocking something down, building something better on the lot. Lot severances and other small scale developments. Okay, so that's what I mean. And sure, you can do big stuff, and I've done some bigger stuff too, but those are longer term projects and typically need multiple seven figures. But for those of us who are just getting started, I want to give you a clean and easy formula to get started, like a step by step. This is how I get my first development done. Maybe I knock down a house and build two. Maybe I buy a house and I sever the lot in the back. I want to give you a step-by-step formula so you can do that for the first time. Okay? Now just think, if most of you have bought in properties before, but even if you haven't, think about this example. You buy a house, you rent it, you cash flow, you make a bunch of money. 5 years later, it's worth a lot more. Everything's great, right? Now let's use that same example. Let's say that house is extra deep and you can shave off a part of the back and build something else on the back. It's the same property. You bought it, you rented it, you cash flowed, you held it for a long time. It just has an extra little icing on the cake there with the land opportunity. And that's what we're talking about. We want to look at smaller opportunities that provide extra value within the land. And there's a formula we have to follow. There are certain things we're looking for. Like I said, I want to give you the step-by-step process. So when you get a little lot that has something you can sever, or if you can knock it down and build 2 or 3 houses on the same lot, you're almost buying the property as is. And if you have an extra lot, it's like free land, especially if you're already cash flowing on the first one. So to me, it's like, wow, I get a house, I get cash flow, and I get a free piece of land. This is a no-brainer, okay? And that's kind of the way it made sense to me in my mind when I first heard it. And I can tell you, it definitely works. Now, why am I taking this video in my office, or sorry, my new basement, which I'm gonna have my new office right here, is even though this is a major pain in the, to go through all this stuff, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun that I get to design and apply my own creativity to something that I can be proud of. And that's how I kind of felt about my developments. Also, instead, we were starting from the ground up. Like, as you can see, I'll zoom out here. I'm building a feature wall with a brand new fireplace, and my TV, the biggest TV I can find, is going to go in that section right there with all my Apple TV stuff in the little slot. It's going to be a really cool feature wall. I'm designing an office there. I don't have the plans on me, but you're going to see the really cool office with shelving and another TV in there and all this cool stuff. And, even though it's a pain, it's fun because this is an expression of me. And when you get to do land opportunities, you get to start from the ground up. Okay, not only do you get to design the interior doesn't even matter until you get the floor plans, the exterior envelope, the energy efficiency. The use of the land is the first thing. We want to know how much use you can get out of this land. Can I build 2 units? Can I build 3 units? Can I build 4? Can I build 10? And that's where you start, and you kind of scale down from there until you get to the interior is the last thing. But each and every part, you get to apply your own creativity, and it makes it fun. And on top of that, it's very profitable. So those are some of the things I want to cover. My good friend and acquaintance, Spencer Brown is going to, I almost forgot his name. Spencer Brown is going to join us, and he's going to talk about his experience because he's done several of these small scale infill opportunities with land severances and building 2 on 1 lot, et cetera, et cetera. And he's a fantastic resource, and he speaks the language. He's a civil engineer. So while I'm just a grunt who likes real estate and does a bunch of projects and gets things done and tries to teach it to you, he speaks the language. He's in fact a great resource, and I want him to come on and share his experience, because you're going to learn from me and you're going to learn a lot from him too. Okay, I'm going to give you some real life case studies, like real stuff that I've done. Spencer's going to show you real life stuff that he's done and that you can do tomorrow. And I'm going to offer you something at the end that if you want to get this development stuff done and you really want to grab it by the horns and do it this year, I'm going to give you an option to do that, and I'm going to walk you through it. Okay, I'm going to hold your hand and take you right through to the end. So don't miss this one. Remember, it's going to be recorded. All this stuff is recorded, guys. If you can't make it, it's going to be on a Saturday morning. The date's down here, I think May 14. If you can't make it, you got soccer practice, this practice, ballet practice. You just want to sleep in on a Saturday morning. I get it. I'm not judging. As long as you register, you're going to get a copy of the recording. You can watch it at 3 o'clock in the morning if you want, if you can't sleep. Okay, you can listen to me and I'll put you to sleep. But either way, get this recording. It's going to be one of the best master classes of the year. We don't do this one often at all. And this is the most requested one, other than the Turks and Caicos one we did a few months back. So jump on. I want to see you. If you have questions about what we're going to cover, I'm going to answer as many questions as I can on this one, because I want this to be a big one. Talk soon, everyone. Bye-bye.